All right, so...
Yeah, Graham, hi.
Brian, hello. Thanks for having us here. The Grazer episode taping was arguably my favorite of the season for a couple reasons. One, I think I identify with and really admire his hustle.
Someone says no to me, it's just a temporary point of view.
And two, he's a guy that came from literally nothing and has become the most prolific producer in Hollywood because he just figured out a way.
She said, get out, lose my number, never come back. I came back.
It's amazing how well connected Brian is. I mean, Ron Howard's best friend, super tight with Bob Iger, dinners with Princess Di.
And so she picks the spoon up and takes a small scoop. And to me, that became, I'm dating Princess Di.
This guy is able to get access to some of the most successful people in the world solely for the purposes of like self-education and self-betterment. Elon Musk and the rocket launch.
I got to know Elon and I got to see the different stages of the launch and the cheering. I didn't even understand why people were cheering, but other people cried. I mean, it makes me, it's just a really intense experience.
What about it touches you so much?
The enormity of the space program. And that's kind of what we tried to capture in the launch of Apollo 13.
One of the most touching moments of Brian's interview was when he talked about his son, who inspired the movie A Beautiful Mind.
I just thought this boy was gonna have the greatest life in the world. He was so beautiful. And just a second.
Sure.
And we went to a lot of effort to try to find ways, tasks to diagnose his disability. Eventually, we found that it was, pretty acute form of Asperger's.
We sit down with our guests for a long time, a very long time. Sometimes we have to break for meals, bathroom breaks. Sometimes the weather even changes.
I'm getting so cold, you're not even cold. How much longer are we doing this?
Could I have 30 more minutes?
Let me take a break.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Because I want to get warmer and maybe eat something.
Kudos to him, man. He was uncomfortable for a second and he was just like, I'm going in, I'm hungry. And we're like, we'll just wait out here.
From the moment you meet Brian Grazer, you feel like you've known him for years. As we're shooting video of Brian's home, he comes outside and notices there's a drone. He calls us over, he says,
there was some recent renovations on some property nearby that I'd really like to check out. Do you think you can help me out? So the next thing you know,
we're sitting at a table, crowded around one little tiny monitor, taking a tour of the area.
And we're best friends now.
And we got to talk to Ron Howard and Bob Iger as part of the taping too.
Brian and I are kind of like the odd couple.
To say that I get a kick out of him would probably be an understatement.
I had to be put in the position to set up a shot for Ron Howard. I don't know if you know who Ron Howard is, but he knows more about this shit than I do.
I just want to try to center you, but it looks like you got a pocket of sunlight coming in there.
I do, but that's pretty good.
So I had to have him adjust his shot. Felt weird. He was super nice about it.
He's like, if you guys ever want, you could come out to feature me for an episode and we could have you on set as well. And we're like, oh my God, this is Ron Howard inviting us out.
All right, okay.
Brian's an avid cyclist, so naturally, Graham wants to tag along. Graham suggested it, so I just assumed Graham knows how to ride a bike. He doesn't.
Gotta figure out how to... I'm trying to change the gears.
I'll help you.
Real fast. How do I change the gear on this thing?
You can come next to me, like here.
Graham's just pedaling as fast as he can. Like, no, you don't. I can't change gears. He's like, well, come up here and I'll show you. And then Graham gets,
yeah, I'm trying it. I can't pedal.
That took him 10 minutes to be able to even catch up to Brian Grazer, who kept trying to offer help, but did not realize how completely inept Graham was at riding a bike.
Brian Grazer came into this episode taping thinking we were a traveling sports show. And presumably, in that situation, the host would be able to ride a bicycle.
You want me to do it for you? Is it getting better?
Yeah, there we go.
Clicking it.
So as part of the taping with Brian Grazer, he took us along to play tennis with him.
Okay, so are you ready to go, Graham? Good. You're gonna be playing with us.
Graham might have been better at tennis than Brian. First.
That was so good. That was amazing.
Harrison Ford actually got the boot from when he was scheduled to play so they could accommodate us. How's Harrison Ford to play with?
He's a beast. He is such a beast.
I just want to take this moment to personally apologize. Harrison Ford, I'm very sorry. We're the ones who bumped you off the court.
Are we out? All right. That was fun, right?
Thanks for having me out here.
Sure.
He has an unbelievable house. Probably as cool as anybody's house we've ever taped.
By far the most robust art collection I've ever seen in my life.
That's Andy Warhol. It's made out
Really?
of gold. It's I think one of a kind, actually.
I mean, you're talking probably tens of millions of dollars in art he has. What got you into art collecting?
Steve Martin initially, he says, you just pick what really attracts you.
And he's actually quite an impressive artist as well. How he has time to do all of this is beyond me.
But I like the vibrancy of women, the counterpoint of women being very muscular and doing things.
We do a lot of crazy things with guests. Blow darts, that was a new one, even for us.
If I call the area, can you hit it?
Let's try it.
Right here, that little gray spot.
Okay, let's try it.
Let's see how close.
Let's try it, okay.
Wow,
That was exactly where you pointed.
that is amazing.
I was immensely shocked that Graham was able to do it at all, not to mention actually coming pretty close to where his target was.
Where should I aim for?
I'll try to hit his face. Whoa, you did! Well, a little off.
I don't think the blow darts were easy. I just think I'm really skilled. You ever hit a person with one of these?
I thought to shoot it at a person. There's a neighbor that's house was right between mine and Tom Hanks's house.
Okay.
And he was really noisy, and I just thought, I can't do that.
And before we left Brian's, there was one last thing that Graham was insistent he had to do.
Brian's thing always is when he visits somebody famous, he hides a picture, a framed photo of himself in their house.
I slipped one into George Clooney's book stand, and it took him quite a while to see it.
So we're like, why not try the same with Brian? Hopefully we won't get caught. I don't know if he watched the episode or if he's seen it, but he still to this day has said nothing to me.